champions is to help support the e-library and our service board with our decision making as to what we should procure or re-procure, for example, and any service improvement initiatives. They participate in procurement task and finish groups when their support is needed, promote the e-library and the resources within their professional circles, and spread the word, if we're doing a survey or any events. So we do regular events from our suppliers to help support you using the resources, help embed a positive user culture following any successful tenders, and I'll talk a bit more about that in a sec. And continually share feedback, concerns. We know sometimes things might go wrong, so sharing those things with us is really important so we can help improve and make things better for our users. And then embedding a positive user culture following a successful tender. So for example, if we procured new e-journals based on user recommendations, spreading the word about that, if it's relevant to your professional area, for example. And if there's any change in types of resources, supporting that change in system, for example. Gains for champions, if you did want to get involved with something like this, we can provide certificates of involvement or references to help with your PDR process to show how you've been working collaboratively with colleagues from across NHS Wales and how you've been supporting us with your subject matter expertise. Potentially a digital e-library badge. This is just a mock-up, it's not the final version, but just to show, pop it in your email to show that you're the person to come to for that particular subject if there's anything wrong or if there's something new that we need, that people can come to you. Professional learning opportunities that I mentioned earlier. So for example, getting involved with the procurement task and finish groups, policy development, or joining our service board as an observer so you can see how decisions are made. And I've already mentioned the promotional materials, but obviously we have a couple of those. So some nice goodie bags will be sent out to you to help with promotion within your circles. And how does it work? The most important thing, how much time do we need from you? So we meet on MS Teams every other month for 1 hour or less. And that meeting is scheduled to have 3 agenda items, and they'll be tabled at particular times, and you can come along to at any point of that meeting. So for example, our next meeting is July the 3rd, 1 till 2, and we'll be talking about citation databases, e-journals and guidelines, and they will have specific table times that you can drop in and provide your feedback. We'll provide papers beforehand for you to have a look at with our recommendations and what we think should happen, but it's really your time to advocate for your resources. E-journals in particular is a big one. There's thousands of e-journals that we procure on an annual basis. So changes are made quite regularly. So, there might be a journal that might not have the best use, but actually is really important to a specific user group. And that's your time to advocate for that, should it potentially come on the chopping block, for example. So if you are interested in becoming an e-library champion, just drop us an email, either me personally or through the e-library at Wales email address, and we can discuss further and go from there. That's all from